What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the video. Today I'm going to be doing a Q&A for you guys right now, just so you guys can pick up some knowledge, learn some new things, might give you guys some life updates, some cool stuff like that. I did a little Q&A in my Instagram story. But you guys see the title of this video, so I do want to answer the question that I obviously get all the time. I see it in my YouTube comments, Instagram, Facebook, all over. So we're going to be talking about what cycle I'm using for my contest prep. I'm going to lay everything out for you guys, exactly what I'm doing for this contest prep. Now, obviously I have to say it, and for good reason, I do not recommend anybody uses any steroids, any hormones, manipulates their body like I'm doing. I truly don't recommend it. There's lots of negative health repercussions that can come with it. So I do not want anyone to go out there and replicate this cycle. A lot of you guys are big boys and you don't need to hear that, but yeah, if you want to use stuff, talk to your doctor, go through your doctor, don't do anything illegal. If it's illegal in your country, your state, whatever. And yeah, at the end of the day, I do not recommend it. I just want to put that out there. This is just something that I'm doing because I truly enjoy enhanced bodybuilding. And on top of that, I really want to go pro. It's been a goal of mine for a long time. I want to be a top men's physique competitor, and so this is something that's necessary for me to get there. So with all that being said, we're just going to jump right into it and we're going to talk about it. All right, so I started my prep cycle about 13 and a half, 14 weeks out with 400 milligrams of testosterone and enanthate a week. And so with that testosterone and enanthate, I'm on 400 milligrams. Like I said, I do 2 injections a week, which is going to be on a Monday and then a Thursday. And then I also do 12 hours after pinning. I'll do a quarter of an Arimidex. I try to stay on as low of AIs as humanly possible, just for the health benefits of that. And it's actually good for your for muscle building, muscle retention to stay on a lower amount of AIs or not even use one if possible. So that's a very low amount. Once the I guess it was about 11, 12 week mark hit, I started Masteron propionate at 300 milligrams a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I do that. And then at about, somewhere around 8.5 weeks or so, I added in Anavar and Winstrol at 40 milligrams for both. So I do Anavar 20 in the morning, 20 at night, Winstrol 20 milligrams in the morning and 20 milligrams at night. And I plan on running this all the way through to the competition. The last few weeks we might add some Proviron in just to really harden me up a little bit more. And it's actually really good. It gives the body a very tight shrink wrap type of look. So Proviron for me is something that I've used my last prep and it works, so we may add that in, we may not. That is my entire prep cycle. I'm not using any quote unquote unnatural fat burners or anything like that. That is my entire stack. And you know, for some people that may be a lot, for some people that might be a little. I know people that, you know, take much more than I do. I know people who take less than I do. This is just what I'm doing to, you know, try to accomplish my goal, what I feel like I need to do. And my health is something that I do take very seriously, and so, you know, getting blood work before the cycle, in the middle, and then after, just to know where I'm at, is something that I find very important, that I do personally do myself. Right now I actually am sitting at a very healthy place. My blood pressure is about 125 over like 65, 70. My heart rate is, you know, in the 60s, my resting heart rate. So I keep an eye on my blood pressure, all those things. I make sure that I'm taking, you know, the right health supplementation, drinking massive amounts of water, so flushing my body all day. Another big thing that I do that I wanted to let you guys know about for some of you who may use is actually what I do for hair loss prevention. Knock on wood, I have not had problems with this, but for preventative measures, I do use RU5841 for just hair loss prevention while I'm on all these DHT derivatives. I probably won't use it post competition prep, but this is what I'm using right now. And so yeah, that's everything that I'm using. I just want to be transparent with everybody so you guys know what it's taking me, because you're going to see the result on the stage, what I look like. You see what food I'm putting in, what training I'm doing, all these things. I just wanted to let you guys know kind of, you know, what it's taking me to look how I am. So that's pretty much it. And with that being said, we are going to jump into the rest of the Q&A. Okay, so the first question, I get this a lot. A lot of you guys see how my style of training has changed up a little bit, and so I kind of want to go over that. The first question is, how has it been for you to train more like a bodybuilder compared to earlier in my training career, or, you know, doing more powerlifting specific stuff. So the reason why I'm not training to lift the heaviest 1 rep max anymore, and I'm training more so to sculpt the muscle and build the actual muscle fibers and muscle tissue, get bigger and look better, is because I'm more interested lately in bodybuilding. I just enjoy it more. And, you know, powerlifting, lifting heavy, right, is going to put size on you. You're going to get bigger. But at the end of the day, you know, bodybuilding training is different because, yes, you're utilizing compounds, you're utilizing things that powerlifters use, but you're also adding a lot more types of training styles, and you're doing, you know, more volume, and you're focusing more on controlling the weight rather than just lifting the heaviest weight possible. So I'm more focused on hypertrophy now, if that makes sense, and, you know, fine-tuning the muscles. And so that's why you guys see me training a little bit differently, because there are different ways to train. If you're a power lifter, you're going to want less volume, heavy lifting, short rest times. If you're a bodybuilder, you want shorter rest times, you want the most time under tension you can have, and you want to use a lot of different methods to hit the muscle in different ways, because we have different types of muscle fibers that are actually worked from doing different types of movements. And so that's why I do pause reps, I do bottom portion reps, top portion reps. You know, there's a million different methods I could name, but that's why you guys see me doing that, and I get that question asked a lot, so I figured I'd kind of get that out of the way. What do I think my stage weight will be this year? I think it's going to be about 185, 190. Last year I was 175 on stage, so if I can come in leaner at 10 pounds plus heavier, that would be insane. I think I've put on at least 10 pounds of solid muscle fiber, so muscle tissue, whatever you want to call it. So that would be great if I could do that, and I believe that's what it looks like what is going to happen right now. How do I take a proper deload week? Great question. And I want to say, when you know you need a deload week is when you're like, let's just say, you know, your sleep's on point, your food's on point, you're hydrated, and for pretty much no reason you just feel like shit in the gym. That means you probably need a deload. Your central nervous system is shot out, it's not firing properly. So when you do need one, what I do personally is I would take 1 full week, go to the gym every other day, do 3 sets of 3 with your bench, squat, and deadlift, just to keep your motor pathways there for the movements, and then maybe hit some arms afterwards. And I would say if you're a bodybuilder, go into the gym every other day and hit a full body, but going extremely light, like 50% of your maxes. Don't even really break a sweat, and just kind of, you know, go through the movements to kind of, you know, keep the motor pathways there, but you're not actually going to be exerting and tiring yourself out, you know, if that makes sense. How do I feel about SARMs? Okay, so this is a good question. I get asked, so many people want to do SARMs, I feel like, because they want steroid-like results without the consequences or potential consequences. So what I would say is, if you're not ready to jump all the way into it, and you're not ready for those consequences, or you don't want to take it to that level, I would say just stay natural. Because the reason why I'm not a big fan of SARMs is because pretty much all of the SARMs are gonna shut your natural levels of testosterone down, okay? And even if you are fuller and get a little stronger on that SARM cycle, you're not actually building muscle as optimally as you could, because your test levels are being crushed from that SARM, and it's not exogenously increasing your levels. So if you're running a test base or you're on TRT, running a SARM might be a good thing to throw in because it is low side effect. Or if you're on a cycle and you take action and you're on a test base, but if you're not on a testosterone base, pretty much all the SARMs are, you know, gonna shut your levels down. Now, MK677 is actually a secretagogue, and that's something that you could look into if you wanted to. That's not gonna actually mess with your testosterone or your estrogen. And so that's something that, you know, the consequences are not really going to be, there's not going to be any consequences on manipulating your hormones with MK. So yeah, I would recommend looking into maybe something like that if you want to, but definitely do not recommend running any of these SARMs specifically. So the next question, and the last one I'm going to answer, I'm going to keep it short because we're all going to be doing a raw workout today, which is going to be long. But the next question is, what is your drive? What do you tell yourself every day when you wake up? Well, what drives me is, you know, thinking every day in my head of the physique goal that I've had since I was basically a little boy. since I pretty much got into the gym, and even before I got into the gym, I've always been so fascinated with bodybuilding and aesthetics and lifting. And so what motivates me is just my pure love and passion for, you know, physique building and bodybuilding. And on top of that, every day it pushes me to want to motivate, inspire more of you guys, and be able to, you know, I want to be able to take care of my mom, my sister, my family in the future. You know, so all of those things motivate me every single day to want to get the fuck out of bed, grind my ass off with my coaching, grind my ass off with the Power Effect membership, my businesses, you know, my sponsors, everything. Those are my main motivators. But with that out of the way, okay, I'm gonna go eat up my pre-workout meal, and then we're gonna head over to the gym. So we're gonna go do that. Follow some of these methods that we're using, because if you're a bodybuilder looking to grow and fine tune, so let's go have some fun. Hopefully you guys get something out of this workout, and I will see you guys at the gym.
There are stains on your photo, little cracks on your rusty frame, stuck in the mud, oh, but it's okay. I don't have the pieces of your home, buried in the flashbacks. All these wicked nightmares have gone cold. Now we go way back, as far as way back goes. Still standing by your side. You know I'll be right here when all the monsters come. Oh, I've got you. You grew old in suburbia, where pretty demons never show, shifting shapes in millenniums, but you're okay.